Some question for you.
Yes, please.
Ready?
Yes, ready.
Um, how the people will live the IA in the life every day?
Well, artificial intelligence is in our everyday life because everyone uses it for different things. As a person, we use it because we are always, for example, searching for some data on our computers, on our smartphones, etc. And this is using AI systems. So it's becoming a tool that everyone is using. But also companies are using this for different applications, of course. And therefore it's part really of our economy and our daily lives. But we forget several things. One is that these AI systems are not completely reliable. They have some inherent limitations. They are not necessarily safe. The data they are using might be biased. And in all cases, depending on the applications, for example, for large language model, they are trained basically on a corpus which is in English. So what about cultural diversity? You see, there are a lot of things that we are not really aware every day when we use them, but they are here. And so we need to make these systems more compliant with the humanity's needs, the diversity, and also by limiting the resources it consumes, because there is also a problem of environmental impact. For example, data centers consume, of course, energy. They need water for cooling, and this has an impact on the environment. These are issues that must be addressed. We believe it's free like that. It's not at all free like that. And also, there is a final point I would like to raise. Some systems, such as large language models, generative AI, manipulate language and produce information that is not always true. They mix the real things, true things, and false things. How can we find out what the system is telling us? What is true, what is not true? This is a big issue. It's an inherent problem in those systems, and therefore we need also to build mechanisms to control this, to verify. But as I said, this is an inherent problem that will not go away. And these systems also have a large carbon footprint because of their size.
Have to be afraid about AI?
No, we should not be afraid. We should not forget something. AI is not something in the nature that comes here. It's made by people. It's made by companies. We must control what those companies and those people are doing. We must build the systems around those systems, safety mechanisms, so that we always are able to test the results and correct what's going on. It's human-made and should be human-controlled. And sometimes this control requires regulation, it requires standards, it requires governance mechanisms, but it's not something that is going to happen without our decision. And we should keep in mind that it's our decision.
The open source AI can be used or modeling by normal people. So maybe normal people can make this owner.
Usually open source is a way to have better systems, safer systems, because it's open source. And most of the systems today are not open source. They are owned by companies. The data is owned by the companies, and the software, of course, is owned by the companies. Open source is something that is a way to build safer systems. It's to share safety mechanisms, to share experience. Of course, it can also have a downside, which is the possibility to build systems for, misusing the technology in this case. But still, as a result, because it's open source, control could be better.
And the development is more powerful because more people is in researching about, no?
Yes, more people is researching, and on the other hand, if it's closed source and if it is controlled by large companies, they decide everything. Why should we trust them?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.